I was out shopping sometime last week. I was in a supermarket and then I noticed this little boy of about 5 rolling on the floor, screaming, holding his ears, closing his eyes. And I saw the mom standing there, a little confused, not knowing what to do at that point. And then I saw a lot of people just staring, and I could sense a lot of judgment. I hear people telling the mom to pick the child up and discipline the child. I hear lots of people at the background saying the child lacked discipline, that's why he was misbehaving. I looked at the situation. I knew the child is autistic. I knew the boy was having a meltdown at that point. I knew what steps to take at that point, so I offered to help. And I did, and he calmed down and they walked away. Now, there are lots of myths, lots of beliefs that are not real, that are not what it actually is. Today, I would like to talk about what autism is not. Autism is not as a result of poor parenting. Most people believe that children who are autistic because they lacked discipline, because they lack proper parenting. It is not as a result of poor parenting. It is a neurological disorder that has nothing to do with parenting. It has nothing to do with discipline. It has nothing to do with the choices these parents make. And so when we see a child with autism, we should try to be empathetic and not judgmental. The second myth I would like to bust here today is that autism is not a disease. People feel it's a disease or an illness. That because some of us work with children with autism, so there is a likelihood we could have autism as well. I could remember when I was pregnant, some people said, won't you stop your job so that you don't give birth to one of these? And I'm asking, what are one of these? How can one of these infect my baby? People believe that it's a disease, and you can actually contact this disease by interacting with persons with autism. People even believe that autism is something that can be cured. It's an illness that can be cured. But I want to bust that myth today and say no. It is a natural part of human diversity. These persons simply present differently and need us to understand and give them support. Another myth I would like to bust is that autism is synonymous with intellectual disability. In other words, every child or every person who presents with autism have intellectual disabilities, unable to perform social tasks and cognitive skill tasks the way others do. But no, that's not true. Persons with autism are super smart. If you watched one of my previous videos about a child with autism who locked us out of our system, you know how smart they can be. As a matter of fact, I look at them as way smarter than some of us, way smarter than most of us. So it doesn't necessarily come synonymously with intellectual disability. However, a person with autism could have intellectual disability. That happens sometimes as well, but it doesn't necessarily mean that everybody with autism is intellectually deficient. By busting this common myth, we create a society that is more accepting, that is more inclusive, including of people with autism. I hope you like this video. If you do, please click the subscribe button. I'd like to see you in our next video telling us about ways we can support persons with autism. Do have a pleasant day.